Happy Friday the 13th, everyone. Before we begin, I would like to say I apologize. Everything will be explained in the next episode of Late Night Rant Ramble, episode 122. I promised videos on Wednesday. That fell through. I promised videos on Thursday. That fell through too. So, I will explain it all in that video. But we're going to talk about something else tonight. Let's talk about, as the thumbnail suggests, the 72 Goetic sheeple. If you work with the Goetia, and I mean work, you've spent more than, 2 years of your life, and you're over the age of 18, or at least meet 2 of those qualifications, you're okay. This isn't about you. I don't do it. It's not for me. It's not my thing. I love Michael W. Ford. Although he made his mark primarily in Luciferianism, not for me. But he does speak some stuff that can be applied to any other path. Same thing, or I loosely say that, with E.A. Coeting, which I will be bringing up shortly. He used to do the same. So now, if I'm not targeting people over the age of 18, who am I targeting? Kids, 13 to 16 years old. I've been seeing in the witchy community on Amino these kids going around praising Stolas, Asmodeus, Lucifer. And those are just the popular ones. Belial, not so much. But there have been a few. I've been seeing them. And they are just pushing their personal gnosis as 100% fact. Now, what does this have to do with anything? This has to do with the fact that personal gnosis is your own personal experience. What a god or goddess, a spirit, Jesus, for that matter, what they say unto you or do for you is only to you. Not to me. Not to my neighbor, Mr. Henson. Not to my sassy neighbor across the street. Just to you. When I have interactions with Ereshkigal, it's only to me. I cannot speak for any other disciple. Just as they cannot speak for me with theirs. When I talk about what I've gone through. And all these videos, they're through my experience. Not yours. Mine. To which you do not have to believe me. And that's perfectly fine. But I'm not going to go and say, this is 100% fact. But these kids, these young-ass kids, who, first of all, their parents need a good slapping down, and then these kids need a slapping down themselves. If I was to have a child, and they wanted to embark on this path, I would not deny them. But you can guarantee they will not partake of any ritual, spell work of any kind, dealing with them, till 18. Now, 18's pushing it. I would go for a higher age, but 18 is legally an adult here in America, so that's just me. They're going to take the time to study. Because even though I don't work with the Goetia or any of its daemons, I know what it's like to have a entity not only mentally fuck you up, but emotionally fuck you up, and physically fuck you up. I know what it's like. Just as I'm sure there's countless others that will watch this video and speak about their own. It's nothing new. Nothing new under the sun. But however, being such a young age, when you're still growing, still learning, to have a powerful force come in to your life, and God forbid if something should go wrong, I'm just saying. When EA made a video a couple weeks back, he mentioned personal Gnosis, which I applaud him. Because although I don't agree with him, he knows the power, and he knows its meaning. He knows what it does for each individual. He knows that it's different for everybody. But to have these kids going around stating their personal Gnosis is 100% fact, despite, even if it's biased, all religious, canonical, and uncanonical information on these daemons, especially when it pertains to Lucifer. considering the fact that there's 2 perpetrators of this movement in these aminos. Now, they're both girls. One is slightly less of pushing this agenda. She's slightly less guilty, but guilty nonetheless. And then there's the one who calls herself Lucifer. She's the worst offender. To go around discrediting centuries of information that's already been established. Whether it's biased or not, doesn't matter. As I was told in a recent video, when King Solomon started doing magic, because that's how we got the Goetia, God did not favor that at all. So he made sure Solomon paid for it. Now, what does this have to do with anything? These kids, they're taking this book of information and just completely disregarding it. Like, okay, Solomon's methods of binding and all that may be offensive and may get you blacklisted with the other daemons. But real conversation parts right there. But you may not agree with it, but it's in the book for a reason. Because like I said, one slightest fuck up, you'll be paying for it. All it takes is one mispronounced word. I've seen conversations time and time again this week alone on people saying, hey, I meditated and Lucifer came to me. Then this chick, we'll call her Lucy. Lucy comes in with her arrogant attitude and condescending, ugh. And then just completely belittles and destroys this person. Saying, and I quote, actual quotes, "No, he didn't. I work with Lucifer. Lucifer is inside me. He tells me who he works with, and he isn't working with you. I don't feel his energy anywhere near you." Okay. You don't even know where this kid's from. He could be somewhere in, I don't know, Europe, Asia, down the street. I mean, first of all, Lucy sounds like she has a mental illness going on that she needs to get checked. And I don't care if she's a fucking 16-year-old. You let your mental illness go for far too long? Well, just look at Irish Dutch Magick. There you go. Or just look up Emily Stevenson. Or I could link you to a post for my friend Dan that I wrote about, because he is the worst offender of what happens when mental illness is not treated in dealing with the magical arts. No one is standing up to these people. No one is enforcing the do not push your beliefs on others rule. Like I said or like I will say in the video, the community is nothing more than ego and a popularity contest. Just this past Saturday and Sunday, I just seen ass kissing. Oh, Lucy, she's an expert. She knows what she's talking about. And the other one who works with Stolas. And then Sunday, more Lucy ass kissing. Now, I know it sounds like I have a thing out against this person, but, and I won't lie, I do. I think Lucy is completely arrogant. And in fact, if Mother Kali could go her way, she could, get knocked off her fucking high horse. She will correct you, whether you asked for it or not. It's become a fashion trend with these kids, because they are spreading their influence to others the way they do it, as told by Lucifer, Stolas, Asmodeus. Take your pick out of the whole 72. And it's gross beyond gross. Because it's personal gnosis. That kid who meditated, sure, he was happy. That's what floats his boat. Let him have it. I ain't gonna judge him, just like I'm not gonna judge you if you work with these daemons. Like I said, more power to you. But don't treat it like a fashion statement, though. And don't spread it around to bend it to your perception. To the point where I have to call now anybody who just joins in as fucking sheep. It's gotten to that point where I'm calling them sheep. Because that's what it's turning into. Follow the leader. Anyway, that's just my little rant. Be sure to click that little bell icon. I already told you to read the stuff, but if you want to follow me on my social medias, the links are there. Questions, comments, or concerns are always welcome. And, yeah. It's Friday the 13th, y'all. And if that wasn't bad, Mercury retrograde and its storms, that's becoming a thing this month.